Namaste, good morning, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, students and scholars, teachers and trainers, professors and professionals, those who are listening, watching, the most honorable President Prime Minister Modi ji, respected ministers and doctors, honorable advocates, advertisers, administrators and advisors, dear friends. I, Dr. Rakesh from USA, heartily cordially welcome all of you. It is really praiseworthy, admirable, and appreciable day, historical day that we celebrate in the form of birthday of 10th Guru Shri Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. Indian land basically in the world is known as the land of starters, beginners, and initiators. All sacrificial bodies, those who born in the world, they selected this holy motherland of India. Our Indian holy motherland is the great symbol of multi-dimensional, multi-sided, and multifaceted. All varieties, variations, classifications, adversities we find in India, in our holy motherland. It is the great achievement of our Indian cultural values. Dear friends, starter of Sikhism, Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, who born in 1469 physically. Vasco da Gama discovered India in 1498. This 14th century period in history is really recordable, historical. Indian land is really fortunate because of the birth of starters. Starter of Buddhism came in India as Gautam Buddha. Starter of Jainism, Mahavir Swami, born in India. Starter of Brahm Samaj, Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Starter of Arya Samaj, Dayanand Saraswati. Numberless freedom fighters, free thinkers, philosophers born in our country, in our nation. It is really a thing of great proud. All the holy scriptures of the holy land, holy word are written in the presence of nature. Nature means present sense of mind. Externally, we find many forms of nature. In the daytime, we see the sun, at the night time, the moon, the stars. These are the elements or objects of nature. God, who He is, who He was, and who He will. He is omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent, Almighty Lord. He was in past, He is in present, and He will be in future. He is always fearless and friendly with everyone, like nature. Nature makes us able to feel unity, oneness, and equality. All natural rules created historical importance in this modern time. Constitutionally, we read there is no discrimination on the basis of caste, color, creed, language, but all are treated, accepted equally with its oneness, equality, and unity. It is the greatest quality of our constitution. Nevertheless, it is the natural law. Indian constitution is the amalgamation collection of the different constitutions. Whether India got freedom in 1947, but America got freedom 200 years before the freedom of India. The USA is the starter of the democracy in the world, but India is the last. Our present lies in the past. First Prime Minister of India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who wrote Discovery of India. He wrote in this holy scripture, our present lies in the past. English works like a window of the world. We observe, examine, and evaluate that our present has a great importance for everyone. If we are in present and we speak, read, write, listen with 100% present sense of mind, then it is really the present sense of God or Lord. Dear friends, our present has great importance for the growth of our nation, personally, publicly, professionally, emotionally, intellectually, even spiritually. Nature nurtures us like a mother, nature treats us like a doctor, nature teaches us like a teacher. So, nature plays a great importance in our life. It never deceives or cheats us, but nature is always friendly and familiar with us. It is honest and sincere with everyone. A person who lives in nature, who spends time with nature, nature makes us strong, physically enthusiastic, dynamic power it provides us. It gives us patience, tolerance, endurance. numberless virtues or qualities of nature that cannot be counted in words. Words fall short. Nature is the common concept of all our holy religions of this holy land. Dear friends, Mahatma Gandhi, who wrote Testament with the Truth, which is the greatest identity of our nation. The truth and non-violence was the principle or doctrine of that great man of India, which was the greatest identity of our culture. Our cultural identities and traditional values has a great importance in the form of spiritual values. In 19th and 20th century period, whether India was developing country, but it was the most developed in spirituality. It was the first struggle in 1857 against foreigners, against exploitation, against injustices. Swami Vivekananda, who born in 1863 and gave the message of Vasudev Kutumbakam, addressed to the worldly people with its cultural purity in the form of relations, faithfulness, my brothers and sisters of the America. Firstly, powerfully, he announced, addressed, appealed, advocated in the religious conference of the Chicago. Today, all our youngsters, those who are studying in Indian and international universities, they read Swami Vivekananda as the symbol of, dear friends, no doubt we are becoming advanced in science and technology. In the Indian history of English literature, we read it that there was time when there was science at its climax, and there was the great decline of humanity. How it was it happened in 19th 20th century period. There was First World War, Second World War. These were the consequences of the climax of science and forgetfulness of the spiritual values or nature. Climax of science really brings decline, but the climax of religion gives us the height of eternal peace, celestial light. That is the true aim of our human life. In all our holy religions of our holy land, all the holy fathers, starters, spiritual fathers came in India for teaching us about the unity in diversity. Their aim was to make us able to feel the presence of Lord in air, fire, soil, sky, and water, even at the lightless and soundless places. That was felt by Swami Vivekananda on the basis of the holy Vedas. Return to the Vedas. He announced in the world and told to the worldly people, awake, don't stop until you achieve your call. My brothers and sisters of the America, These words created upheaval in that religious conference. Dear friends, we read in English literature William Shakespeare, who born in 1564 and died in 1616, he is known as the king of literature all over the world. Maximum speakers we find in the form of user of English language. In English literature, Hindi literature, Punjabi literature, in all kind of literature, we read different starters of the language who born in the different caste, creed, language, but their message was humanity is our religion, humanity is our caste. It's the common message of all the holy religions. Humanity means to share our sorrows and joys, to share our food with the poor, downtrodden, dejected people of our society. Dear friends, Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, who wrote, अबल अल्लाह नूर उपायो कुदरत के सब बंदे एक नूर ते सब जग उपजया कौन भले कौन मंदे. Means God created himself in the form of light, and then that light collided with the 84 lakh species, so there was vibration, activation in the world. So this is how the whole creation came in the form of existence. Next he writes that I am the form of air, fire, soil, sky and water. Nothing else. All gurus, teachers, preachers, spiritual fathers addressed us that where there is not the presence of anything, there is also the presence of Lord or God. So there is no place without Him. He is He. We are to accept it for get rid from frustrations, depressions, and anxieties, difficulties of our life. Our youngsters today are recreating and regenerating. In these are the actual forms when we feel the presence of Lord or God. In this new year of 2024, every day we celebrate in the form of festival, celebrations, functions, parties. Undoubtedly, we celebrate 365 days in the form of the starters of the different functions. But we must know the value of our human birth, how we can get rid from the cycle of birth and death, what is our true aim in this life. So there is not the question of fear, or there is not the question of terror, horror. A power and energy who speaks with you, who listens you, who thinks about you, there is the existence of Lord. That is the existence of Lord. Dear friends, as we see, there is water in the earth, there is colors in the leaves, there is fragrance in the flowers, likely that there is the presence of Lord everywhere, but that is inside. He is in us, He is in us, but He is not in the form of ego, variousness, falsification, lies, sensual pleasure, but He is beyond to reach. According to John Milton, in English literature, our students of literature read it, that He lies inside the body in the form of purity, chastity, and sanctity. How we can obtain, achieve His presence, it is possible only by coming in contact of with the nature 100%. 100% present sense of nature gives us the importance of time, discipline, and it makes us natural, common, simple, and genuine. It is written by our free thinkers, freedom fighters, those who came in India for providing us the power of spirituality. Our freedom fighters, whose history has great importance for us, for providing us the presence of successfulness. What does the mean of success? Success means not any particular platform. It means regularity, continuity. When we unrelentingly, unceasingly, and unstoppingly go on its path without taking any break, then one day we will be blessed and graced by that power. Our soul that is covered by all negativities, it does not give us chance to improve physically, emotionally, intellectually, spiritually. You can win. How? Winners don't do the different things, they do the things differently. Who are the winners? Fighters. Those who fights with their negativities, with their ignorances, knowingly or unknowingly, when they fight with their ignorance, it makes them able to feel the presence of Lord or God. Winners don't have any problem. They say that they are in the form of answer of the problem, and they becomes true fighters. Who are the winners? Those who have style, standard, manners, talents, skills. Today in this modern time, we are provided Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, and our youngsters are being made skilled, talented, mannered by providing them different type of skills. It is really revolutionary and visionary change of this year that our youngsters have become the highest user of this technology, particularly from our villages. Every technology has its merit, demerits, advantages, disadvantages, do's and don'ts, but it's up to us how do we handle it. Government has started many plannings for making us able to bring change in art and culture, in technology, how India is regenerating, recreating. We have seen in the form of manufacturing units of India. Historically, there was time when there was the matchless universities like Takshila and Nalanda, and foreigners, research scholars visited, came in India for their research. In this present time, India is growing, inventing in the form of 5G. No doubt, it is a contribution of our mind. The maker of mind, generator, operator, developer of mind, how he is, it is the true form of research for our research scholars. If they are not doing research by keeping this thing in their mind, they may be diverted. They are not getting the true path of research. It is the research that will make us able to feel the guidance of supervisions of that super spiritual power of Lord or God. We read in all our holy religions that God helps those who helps themselves. But today, every Indian citizen, every Indian common man, general man is feeling the presence of Lord or God, has become the greatest user of this modern technology. But the mind of the starter of these social media, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Google, we do not pay attention towards them. Ultimately, we find that that power is inside in us, externally in the form of nature. We imagine the height of the sky, the depth of the ocean, the extension of the earth, the fluency or the flow of air, even fluency of water. We count it in the form of units scientifically. In medical science, our old doctors know this thing and they read. They find it happens usually, commonly, but the brain power, IQ power, mind power, that is uncountable. Midbrain, that is totally uncountable. But a spiritual practitioner knows this thing that has the power to think beyond to reach, that is uncalculated, that cannot be calculated, as scientists have not got the complete success in knowing the whole universal bodies that is ever created by the Lord or God. So human mind cannot be read completely. It needs helper, healer, guidance or supervisor in the form of spiritual mentor who came in the form of physical body and who is inside us. We must try to reach, to reunite our soul with the super spiritual power of God or Lord. Nature nurtures us for a short time, nature teaches us for a long time, may it may be happened for a long time, but Swami Vivekananda, who wrote in his philosophy, Life After Death and Work Its Secret, he says that he is not controlled by air, fire, soil, sky, and water. Because this soul power, which is known as the greatest power of success, that can be achieved only by repetition of holy words of this holy land, holy sounds that are ever created by all holy religions of this holy land. We can take that position, but real friends, how it can be happened fundamentally and basically, as these five elements are essential, very necessary for our body, likely that speaking words, sounds are very necessary. When we have a repetition of the holy words, only in that case we can feel the presence of Lord or God, and we can get the spiritual knowledge by involving ourselves with the unique form of Lord or God. Ultimately, I would like to say that all our youngsters, scholars, speakers, readers, listeners, writers are channelized by their mind, and their mind is the manager, director, instructor, informer in the human body. But the maker of mind is really the most powerful, omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient, almighty Lord. Words fall short in praise of him. Everything that we see around us in the form of development in agriculture, industry, communication, transportation, railways, post offices, these are the symbol of development. But how do we see them externally? Their design, the old facilities have come from inside. If we feel the presence of God and count His blessings and graces, then definitely we can be happy forever in every situation. These are the gifts of God that we have in the form of facilities around us, technologies around us. If His technology is more powerful, more useful for us, and how He is, how He was, and how He will. Dear friends, in this new year 2024, we are to analyze ourselves personally, publicly, professionally, emotionally, intellectually, and even spiritually. It should be our true aim of our life, from science to spirituality, language to literature. Ultimately, I would like to speak spade and spade without beating about the bush. I'm very frank and blunt in saying that we feel the presence of Lord or God everywhere around us in the form of lightless and soundless places as well. Thank you, brothers. Thank you, sisters. Thank you.